galaxy that has rocketed up the Star Wars podcast charts with light speed. It's as if we have supercharged this podcast with a kyber crystal. My name is Darth David, and I am the co-host of Yaddle, Chattle. Heck, I'm going to also say I'm the creator of Yaddle, Chattle, but I can't do it by myself. No, with me is my co-host. His name is Jedi Jared!
Hi, David. How are you?
Jared, I am doing spectacularly now that Obi-Wan Kenobi season finale has just hit us.
And it's a season finale, not a series finale.
Now, is it a season finale or is it a series finale? Are you giving the Yaddle Chattle audience a scoop right off the bat? Of course, listen, tonight it's all about the Obi-Wan Kenobi season/series finale. We have to be honest. We have to do that.
Yes, absolutely.
I mean, come on, that's what the show's about. But we'll give you a Star Wars cage match. We'll give you some other nuggets and discuss a few things. Do you know if Obi-Wan Kenobi's coming back for season 2? Are you going to share a piece of info that you have with the Yaddle Chattle folks?
No, but No, but I feel like...
So we have no exclusive here on this podcast.
No, that's not... Yeah, we don't have one.
Don't ever tune in to Yaddle Chattle if you're looking for exclusives. We're not the show that's going to give you exclusive information.
Or me being right about anything.
Yeah. I mean, we will give you exclusive information, but it will be mostly lies. Yes. Like, we can make up stories. Like this just in, George Lucas, dead at the age of 52 years old. Died in a car crash.
I just knocked on wood.
I mean, can you believe how sad that is?
Let's not.
Let's not even joke about that, right, Jared?
No, let's not.
It could be, I mean, we shouldn't even joke about the fact that, well, he's certainly not 52 years old. No. Much older.
I think he's in his
70s. But
he
did die of a car crash just this morning. Wow. So now
he likes to race cars. So
yeah. So yeah, you don't want to be doing that. You don't want to be listening to Yaddle Chattle. If you're now, there are some Star Wars podcasts that I have to talk about.
Oh yeah.
One is Rebel Force Radio, which gave us a shout. Well, gave me a shout out this past Friday.
Okay.
Because remember, I told you that Rebel Force Radio. I took their guy. They had a John Belushi lookalike.
Baby Belushi.
And I put his video of him wearing an Imperial Academy sweatshirt and then pounding a beer. And I put that on my radio station's website, WRIT.com. They found out about it. They indeed gave me a shout out. And they said they have to come to New York and have to pound beers with Eastside Dave and Baby Belushi and all the fine folks. They did not mention Jedi Jared. I'm sorry.
Oh, well.
I'm sorry. But we got a good shout out from them. Now, the other thing I noticed was that Star Wars Theory is a podcast.
Okay.
That's getting a lot of hate.
Why is that?
Because apparently Star Wars Theory is one of these Star Wars podcasts that apparently all they do is get upset at Star Wars and they hate everything. And apparently they hate Obi-Wan Kenobi. They hate Boba Fett. Don't like parts of The Mandalorian. And again, I am going to use this time to say this. I am not judgmental. I'm not looking to be condescending here, or I'm not looking to... But here's the thing. If Star Wars is not giving you any pleasure, if you are so upset at Star Wars, and a lot of the folks, I just think they haven't rebounded from Episode 8. And I understand. I have a couple problems with Episode 8 myself, okay?
I've expressed
But nevertheless, at some point, you must move on. Or, if you can't, if Episode 8 made you or Episode 9 made you say, hey, I hate Disney Star Wars. I hate everything Star Wars under the Disney banner. Then stop watching. Then just give yourself a break. I've taken breaks in professional wrestling. I told all the Yaddle Chattle fans, I'm a Star Wars fan, I'm a Marvel fan, I'm a wrestling fan, I'm a sports fan, I'm a this, I'm a that. I've had breaks from wrestling. In the early 90s, wrestling stunk, so I took a break. Stopped watching. It was driving me insane. So I said, you know what? Rather than driving myself insane, I'm going to take a break. I'm not going to watch for a while.
Okay.
I'll be a much happier person. I'm just saying, these people that are complaining about Obi-Wan Kenobi, I must ask you, what are you actually looking for? You got Obi-Wan Kenobi taking on Darth Vader for 50% of the season. Vader and Kenobi had like three confrontations. Like three huge confrontations in a 6-episode season that was like the Star Wars fans' dream. It's the kind of thing that you fantasize about with your action figures. And here we are, we got all of this great Obi-Wan Kenobi, Darth Vader stuff, and I still see Star Wars Theory or any of these screwy podcasts who obviously just want, troll clicks? That's all. They just want to crap on everything because that gets them clicks. That's why the internet is frustrating me at this point.
I will say, I think a lot of it has to do with there is a feeling, a nostalgia that a lot of people have for something that happened in a particular era. So you either, like, for me,
I understand.
I grew up watching Star Wars either on Channel 11, in the they would have it on like Saturday or Sunday afternoon,
yes.
Or you watch the VHS tapes, and like it holds a certain amount of nostalgia, and then that nostalgia is like part of who they are.
Okay, let me just say, because you know what? I gotta step in here. It's fine to be nostalgic about something. You can't have everything frozen in time, and everything needs to match up in 2022 to how you perceived things when you were 12 years old 40 years ago.
I understand that.
Like, there are plenty of people who need to also get over themselves and realize that not every single one of your Star Wars desires is going to be catered to. Also, I may add, a little bit of patience is necessary. I just saw some of the lamest comments I've ever seen from Star Wars fans who, after the second episode of Obi-Wan Kenobi, were complaining about the lack of lightsabers. I'm like, so you're just not gonna, wait till the series develops in any way, shape, or form? Like, in other words, I'm pretty sure they're gonna give you lightsabers, bro. And yeah, these were grown men saying, where are the lightsabers? And how come we haven't seen Obi-Wan's lightsaber yet? We've seen 2 whole episodes and there's no Obi-Wan lightsaber. I'm like, are you, pathetic? What are you, 4? Like, chill out. But also, wait for the story to develop. My God, if I judged The Godfather after the first 20 minutes of the movie, I would have thought it was a movie about cakes and dancing and weddings. Like, yeah, I would have known it. And yet the Star Wars fans, it's, if I don't get instant gratification and like I don't get this mega instant plot with a confrontation in the first like 30 minutes of whatever I'm watching, Boba Fett, Mandalorian, Obi-Wan, it's like, they're ready to just say screw the whole series. There's no patience anymore in society.
Well, if you were
Obi-Wan Kenobi's a great show. If you don't like Obi-Wan Kenobi, you're no longer a Star Wars fan! Get the hell out of here!
Relax, David.
No!
I've got this.
I'm so happy, but then these fans, I
don't
tune
let
in,
them ruin
they're ruining
a good thing.
Okay, fine.
Don't let them ruin a good thing. They're allowed to have their opinion.
They are.
But,
and I'm not saying people shouldn't have their own opinions.
But if you recall, the original trilogy didn't have a lot of lightsaber.
Not episode 4. Go back and watch episode 4. I know I did.
Episode 4, you see what he hands Luke shows him Anakin's physical lightsaber, right?
That's it. You get a little of that. You get a little training. You get Obi-Wan in the cantina, and then you get Obi-Wan and Vader.
But Obi-Wan and Vader isn't some
No, it's tiny.
It's not a big fight.
No, well, of course, because the guy was 62 years old. I mean, Alec Guinness was an old man. They were going to have a big fight. Also, the lightsabers at that time were the star. They didn't need to have a big fight. In fact, it probably would have worked against them because they wanted to focus on these awesome laser swords. And if they were moved around so fast, maybe, your attention isn't as squarely focused on the laser swords. They didn't need it. But then you saw the laser swords in episode 4, so they needed to, crank up the fight a little bit in Empire. But I'm just saying, if you're not happy after Obi-Wan Kenobi, I don't know. Again, I'm not telling anyone what to think. You're allowed to have any opinion you want. But the live action Disney Plus stuff
has been really good.
Has been sensational. And it's gotten Star Wars totally back on track for the people who weren't against it. And so for the people now who are going to be criticizing Book of Boba Fett after one episode, Obi-Wan Kenobi, where are the blue lightsabers? I saw that 52-year-old man say. How come no blue lightsabers after one episode? If that's your thing, again, maybe just take a break. Take a break, because it's obvious you're not a happy person. I'm a happy person. I know I don't sound like it, but Darth David is gosh darn happy with what's going on Disney Plus with Star Wars. I'm ecstatic. All of these shows have been great. All of them.
I think what it was the original idea for Obi-Wan was supposed to be a standalone film in between...
You're gosh darn tootin', Jedi Jared.
In between the new sequel trilogy, right? It was supposed to be like Episode 7, Rogue One.
Yeah, right.
There was supposed to be a Boba Fett film.
Yeah.
And then Han
Solo's failure killed the spin-offs for a while.
So there had been talk of an Obi-Wan movie, and I think... there was some kind of treatment written by Stuart Beattie, because he wrote...
Stuart Copeland, actually, of the Police, wrote that. The drummer for the Police wrote it. Go ahead, continue, please.
But because he wrote the first 2 episodes, and then I think he wrote the story for the part 6. So I think it was supposed to be a movie. A standalone film.
Yeah, no, it was. Oh, Ewan McGregor has said as much. He actually even said initially he was thinking about an actual trilogy of movies. Believe it or not.
Of taking place in between all of Obi-Wan's...
Yeah, I think this story has, shuffled around a few separate times. But regardless, they got it right.
I think they got it right.
The show, I think... Before we go into the actual episode itself... Yay or nay with Obi-Wan Kenobi, the season, the series. All 6 episodes, we've now had a time to look at the story as a whole. Yay or nay?
Yay.
How much of a yay? Better than Mando? Better than Book of Boba Fett? Where does it compare?
I would say it's probably... I personally think it's on par with the Mando, but better than the Book of Boba Fett.
And compare it to the sequel trilogy, please.
Oh, I thought it was way better than the sequel trilogy.
And compare it to Rogue One and Solo, please.
I would say better than Solo and equal to, if not as... Or I'd probably say equal to, if not better than Rogue One.
Yeah. This might be the best thing under the Disney era for me. Now, I'm a huge Mando fan, and I loved Book of Boba Fett. I've told people I've got 0 issues with the... I shouldn't say 0 issues. That was a total lie. Darth David just lied. But while I have a creative quibble or 2 or 3 with the sequel trilogy, I'm not against them. And I really like Episode 7. But as far as... And I love Rogue One. I mean, we all love Rogue One. Honestly. But as far as it goes, this might be my favorite thing that they've put out in Disney. This Obi-Wan Kenobi series was unbelievable.
It was great.
It's fantastic.
I think it had everything that,
I've watched it 6 times. All right, let's get into this episode then.
Okay.
So we start the episode and Reva sees the guy who was the foreman at the meat factory, who was bullying the people around, she sees him and she slaps the water out of his hand, and she gets the whereabouts of Owen. She's tracking down Owen because she wants to go kill Luke Skywalker. Okay? Then we go to a scene where Owen and Luke go into a little shop there, a little kind of electronic, a little junk shop right there, because they need a new belt for the speeder. Luke was going.
I think the guy who runs that pawn shop, at least the voice, sounded like the main character from Red Dead Redemption 2.
You mean Perry Rose? Me? I was in Red Dead Redemption.
The Red Dead, the newest one.
Come out, wherever you... Did you know, though, that
Yeah, you
Darth,
were in the, yeah.
In case any Yaddle Chattle fans, since you brought it up, Yaddle Chattle fans, did you know that you're listening to the voice of Perry Rose from Red Dead Redemption? Listen to this. Come out, wherever you are. I ain't your Huckleberry. Don't kill me. Please don't kill me. Those are all Perry Rose lines. And then I was also in Grand Theft Auto. I was Smithy the Stunt Boy on the Martin Sirius show, and please go look that up as well. Yes, you're talking to an actual video game legend. But Jared.
Yes, Darth David.
I have something for you Yaddle Chattle fans out there.
Go ahead.
Did we ever catch the name of that creature in that shop?
No, what's his name?
I'm actually asking.
No, I don't know.
What if that guy's name was Tashi? What if that's the Tashi station?
Oh, that could be it.
I'm thinking that had to be the Tashi station where Luke, I'm going to the Tashi station to get the power converters. That was the place where Luke got his power converters, or at least was whining about wanting to get power converters in episode 4. I'm convinced of it. I just think that they missed a mark by not calling that guy Tashi. Right? Let's go to Tashi station.
That makes sense. That could be it.
That had to be it. How many little stores are going to be selling power converters? There was Luke and Owen, and they're buying little knickknacks and things for the speeder and the belt, and I need this and I need that.
Yeah.
I'm almost positive that we just saw the Tashi station where Luke wanted to get those gosh darn power converters.
That's probably it. That's probably it,
right?
That's probably it.
Boom! That's why you listen to Yaddle Chattle right there. Who else is saying that? I am. Darth David is. You just got the Tashi station. Whether or not that's officially Tashi station, I don't care. I'm making it canon.
Okay.
That's called Darth David canon. There's going to be a lot of that going around. Now, Uncle Owen and Aunt Beru learn that Reva is on their way. She's on her way to take out Luke, to kill Luke.
Yes.
And she instantly, she meaning Beru, says to Uncle Owen, "We knew this day would come. Let's get some guns. Let's take Reva out." Owen originally wants to hide. Beru says, "I can't leave my house, and it's dangerous out there. Let's take out the guns. Let's take out Reva."
It's very Western, taking a stand for the
All
home
I want to say is this. I believe this might have been episode 1 of Yaddle Chattle, or if it wasn't, the very premiere of Yaddle Chattle. It was at least before we previewed Obi-Wan Kenobi the series. And who said? In fact, I've been on this train for like 3 years. There's clips of me bringing this up.
About
pre-Yaddle Chattle.
About Uncle Owen and Aunt Beru.
I've been saying for years, maybe 5 years, Uncle Owen and Aunt Beru are the biggest heroes in the Star Wars galaxy. And I've been saying specifically for years that they knew the second they took that baby, that child in episode 3, that they knew that that day would come where someone tries to kill Luke and kill them. I literally even said they know that that day will come. And here's Aunt Beru saying, quote, "We knew that this day would come." I mean, come on.
No, you
Darth
right.
David, who's the Sithest with the mistest? I want to do who's the hostess with the mostest there, but I can't think of a nice thing, a rhyme for Sith.
Well, you know, when
who's
you say,
the Sith with
when you
the...
say something, it's like,
oh, who's the Sith with the gift?
That could work.
It's not so bad.
Or like when you say who's the shit,
Yeah.
like, who's the Sith?
Yeah. Oh yeah. I'm the Sith. Like
Yeah,
that. Like
yeah,
okay. Yeah. All right. I'm the Sith. Anyway, I told you people. I said Uncle Owen and Aunt Beru knew from the second they got baby Luke at the end of episode 3 that they knew what this means, and that they know that they will die violently. Doesn't mean they're not going to fight. It means they know by taking that kid in. That's why their act is so generous and is so heroic, because it's about pure love and doing the right thing, even though you know you've just signed your death warrant. They don't know if they're going to die in a week, a year, 10 years. In their case, it was 20 years. But they eventually died because of Luke Skywalker, and that's all I was saying, was that their day will come because of it. And there's Beru saying this day will come. Come on.
No, you're right.
Know, 18
you're right.
points for me, minus 42 to you.
Okay? Yeah, you got it.
All right. Now, did you notice when Uncle Owen and Aunt Beru go to Luke and they go, Luke, you're going to have to run. This is before Reva gets there, but they're setting it up. They're setting it up, and they go, Luke, you're going to have to run. And you know what he says? I'm not afraid. That line sound familiar?
Yeah, it's what he says before Yoda sends him in to...
Empire Strikes Back.
Yeah.
It was when he was trying to convince Yoda to train him. And he says, I'm not afraid.
And he goes, you will be.
Yeah, you will be.
You will be.
You will be. But, so I thought that was kind of cool. Like Luke Skywalker always kind of show, and I think that is sort of what he does. He's constantly on a mission in life to prove that he's not afraid. It's like, that is a little bit of an insecurity that Luke has. He's constantly like, I'm not afraid. All right, chill. No one's saying you're afraid all the time.
Well, I think
Who are you, Michael J. Fox in Back to the Future? Every time someone calls you a chicken, you're ready to throw down? Marty?
Well, to bring up your whole point about Aunt Beru and Uncle Owen, they were probably incredibly overprotective of him, considering everything that they knew. So...
By the way, can I hear? Can I? I'm going to give you the greatest Star Wars impression of all time.
Go ahead.
Owen Lars. Up, 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 up. Oh, you got that? Low, low. He's not. Low, low. Look. How many times does Ben lose Luke or is screaming? Oh! 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 But I love that guy. That guy's a good actor.
Yeah,
that Uncle Owen.
Younger or older?
He had both, but I thought the younger one was like perfect. I kind of I'm all ready for like an Uncle Owen Chronicles. Now, remember last week we were talking about
Green Acres on a moisture farm?
Now, remember last week, though, we were bringing up the fact that there is a theory online, and Ben Kenobi mentions it in the series. In episode 3, when he was talking to Leia, he said that when he was taken away from his family when he was a kid, because of being a Jedi, you remember having a younger brother who was a baby.
Yes.
I thought they were going to go there because the theory is that maybe Owen is actually
his brother.
Owen Kenobi, his brother.
I
thought they were going to maybe go there for a second.
I don't think that. I think that, and we'll get to that at the end.
We'll get to it.
We'll get to it.
Yeah, we got. All right, so listen. Here's what we'll get to. Okay, the duel. All right, let's get right to the duel.
Well, I think we have to examine first before we get to the duel.
Yes, please.
Like, he's on the ship. Now, I had brought this up last time. I thought we were going to see Mons Mothra. I thought we were going to see a whole setup for Andor.
You're not off. We saw, I think, a kind of a small setup with Andor, with that one character. I guess the engineer or the main mechanic who was, trying to fix the ship.
Oh,
the guy,
Ice Cube's kid?
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
is that Ice Cube's kid?
Yeah, that's Ice Cube's kid.
Oh my God, he looks exactly like Ice Cube. How did I put that together? That guy's got to be an Andor. Because remember, Obi-Wan Kenobi says to him, like, you have a talent for this, don't stop doing it. And he's like, I'm just getting started. That guy will be your crossover to Andor. So I think you're half right.
We're seeing the beginning of the Rebel
We are
Alliance.
seeing the beginning, and I think we're seeing I think it'll be that character, and then maybe a couple other people. You think Tarla's dead? She's dead, right? She blew herself up.
I don't know.
It's such a shame that Tarla and especially Ned B, the droid, are dead. I was really attached to Ned B.
Yeah, he was a great character.
I think Obi-Wan made the right choice, and now it's like,
I was kind of
the ship will blow us out of the water. It's a Star Destroyer. This is the only thing to do.
I'm kind of surprised that we didn't see some bigger duel with the Inquisitors, and they kind of just left the Inquisitors there hanging. Like, we don't know how the Grand Inquisitor came back. Like, it leaves a lot of open stuff, and I would have thought that there would have been another duel. Maybe the Grand Inquisitor goes after Reva, and there's a duel there. But, again, we could save that for the end.
Yeah, no, exactly.
So...
Yeah, it was a little quick. I was surprised that they didn't have, like, when they were having Reva, walk. Well, let's get to the duel first.
Okay.
But I would have thought Reva would be leaving trails of blood. She was just stabbed in the stomach.
Well, I think the way lightsabers work is they immediately cauterize the wound.
Oh, okay. Well, yes and no. Kylo Ren. Oh, wait a second. Yeah, he got shot by Chewie. So that when what was the word you used?
Cauterize.
Corduroy.
Cauterized.
Corduroy.
No, not the fabric.
Carter?
Cauterized.
Carterized.
Yeah.
Jimmy Carterized. Okay, listen. It is Obi-Wan Kenobi, Darth Vader, and it's duel time. Epic in nature. Vader comes down, his classic ship. There they are. It was apocalyptic. I love the moon in the background. The guys then go after it, and they were hitting hard, baby. They were rocking and rolling. That was vintage Ewan McGregor, Hayden Christensen, I'm assuming. We know Hayden Christensen played a ton of Vader. I don't know if he played every single time Vader was swinging the lightsaber. Maybe he was. It was great. It was great. What did you think?
It was fucking incredible. I didn't think that was going to happen, actually. I thought that, like, I had predicted last time that they had 3 bouts, and the first bout was episode 3.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. I also was not sure that Obi-Wan and Vader would actually meet up in this episode. Yeah. I know, as crazy as that sounds, now I feel totally, like an idiot. So you know what? Minus 82 for you for being such an idiot.
Okay.
I mean, I'm not going to take points away from me. I'm a Sith. That's not what Siths do.
Gotcha.
We toot our own horns.
Okay.
We don't throw our horns out. But you're a Jedi. I will punish you. Another minus 17 points, in fact, now that I think about it.
So here's the thing. We've never actually seen the extent of Obi-Wan's power before. So in this episode...
Well, what do you mean? We've seen him in Revenge of the Sith. He was dominant. He was great in that.
We didn't see him do a lot of Force stuff. We've seen him occasionally Force pull.
Okay, I thought you were
trick.
Talking about lightsaber stuff. That's true. That's true.
We've never seen him like.
Yeah, he's not doing the levitation stuff as much as we've seen Yoda and Luke do, for sure, and Vader.
Yeah,
I see what you're saying.
So like the last episode, in episode part 5, we saw like Vader pull down a ship. We saw him take apart a ship. And then this episode, we kind of saw Obi-Wan unleashed.
Obi-Wan was awesome. Well, first he had to... So Vader buries Obi-Wan alive.
Which was a force power I didn't know existed.
Oh my God, that was...
Cool.
You're talking about when Vader touched the ground and caused an earthquake? They have a great duel to start. Vader touches the ground. He induces an earthquake. with which Obi-Wan falls into the middle,
like a
sinkhole, and then Vader basically gets a whole bunch of boulders to bury him alive. And then there's a shot, and Obi-Wan's in there, and we're seeing it from Obi-Wan's perspective, where this stuff is like, seconds and inches away from crushing him completely. But Obi-Wan's just holding all of these massive boulders off with the Force.
Now,
can he get rid of them?
Is that like a Force shield, or is that like Force? He's pushing.
He's pushing. Yeah, Vader tried to bury him, and he's just able to do it, and then finally and thinking of Luke and Leia. Again, I believe it's the power of love, my friend, that he says, he finally gets it. And this is the moment. This is the moment when Obi-Wan got all of his Force back.
It's like how Obi-Wan got his groove back.
Yeah. Once he got the little flashes of Leia and Luke, Obi-Wan got his groove back, baby. And then, bam, he becomes ultra powerful. And he gets out of the hole, and then he finds Vader. And by God, did he crush Darth Vader.
I'm going to say he was more savage in this duel than in Episode 3.
Definitely. Also, for years, we've seen that, little square thing on Vader's chest that lights up. This was the first time that thing got any play, and I loved it. That thing is hooked right into Vader's chest.
Yeah, it's
and you saw Obi-Wan specifically go after that thing. Yeah. Like 3 or 4 times in a row.
Yeah, he hit the back.
He hit it with the handle.
Yeah,
and then I think he was finally able to turn his blade around and get slice a little bit of it.
Now, I know that I think if he had sliced it with the lightsaber, then it would have actually killed him.
I don't know if it would have killed him or not. Vader's so strong with the dark side that he has a natural ability to survive. But nonetheless, I loved him slamming that thing with the handle, going after it and crushing him. Vader turns around. He gets a shot where he rips Vader's back. And then Vader is stumbling. Obi-Wan then finally jumps off a rock, flies right into Vader, and BAM! Gets him right in the helmet.
There's that scene where Obi-Wan is like lifting all the rocks. And I'm not sure if you're familiar with this, but I'm sure a lot of our listeners are. There's a show called Dragon Ball Z, and
yeah, I've seen that. I've heard of it.
That whole scene where he's like, it looked like something out of Dragon Ball Z, like they power up and then like rocks and shit lift up like that. It was very much. It reminded me of Dragon Ball Z. It was very cool. It was very cool. I'm just gonna say
that. All right, it reminds you of Dragon Ball Z. But, listen,
well, even the surroundings.
I thought it was an awesome scene.
It was a great scene. And I think the fact that...
How about the helmet? The helmet thing. Now, you haven't seen Rebels. They did that when Vader and Ahsoka got into a fight. They did the same helmet look.
Really?
But I don't care. I'm totally fine with the fact that they redid it. It's not like I'm all upset about it. It's just
a wider audience is watching.
And it's live action. So if something, I thought it looked really, really cool. And why not take advantage of that opportunity? And this finally gives a little thing to the Obi-Wan Kenobi point of view, comments to Luke.
It gives him closure.
Well, his comments of, Darth Vader killed, your father. He isn't your father. Darth Vader killed your father. And Luke questioning him in Return of the Jedi. You told me that Darth Vader killed my father. Not that he was your father. And Obi-Wan saying, well, what I told you was true from a certain point of view. This kind of shows that Obi-Wan was right. Anakin is gone. And when Darth Vader says, Obi-Wan, you didn't kill Anakin Skywalker, I did. With that evil look and the eyes are yellow and the evil smile. There is no Anakin Skywalker there. I actually agree with what Obi-Wan had said to Luke. That's Darth Vader. He is just totally sucked out Anakin. There's no Anakin there. What do you think about that?
I think that this whole time, Obi-Wan blamed himself for what happened. And he always thought that Anakin was dead. And I think throughout this series, he was kind of hoping that he could somehow reach Anakin. That Anakin was somehow in there. And when Vader said that to him, it was kind of the finality the closure that Obi-Wan had needed those 10 years to, move on with his life, that he can't blame himself for what happened to Anakin. Anakin is responsible for his own decisions.
All right. Fair enough.
Like he made his bed, and now Vader is sleeping in it.
Okay. So we end that duel, and that's almost it. Pretty much the show. Now we get Vader. Well, first we get Obi-Wan goes back. He sees Leia.
Yes. Well, no, that's at the end.
Right.
We got to go to he reaches out to Luke. And he knows something's up. And that's
right.
So he hightails it to
Tatooine. Reva decides not to kill Luke. She decides, I'm not going to do to Luke Skywalker what Anakin did to me and my friends, and so I'm not killing him. Okay, I guess. At the end of the day, like I said, Reva was similar to Maul to me, but I guess by her sort of turning good at the last second there, I guess that I don't know, makes her slightly different than Darth Maul, because now she's on the light side. Maul never reaches that spot.
Well, we don't know which side she is because she returns the kid, so she did one right thing.
Yeah, she didn't kill him. She's not. She's no longer bad. She's no longer bad. He then goes to Leia. He sees a bunch of stuff with Leia. He says, hey, you're just like your mom. You're just like your dad. Try not to kill anybody when you grow up. Try not to, build a Death Star and murder an entire planet, Okay, that's what he says there. Then he goes to Luke Skywalker. He gives him a toy. He goes, here you go, you little brat. He goes, I spent the last $45 I had on this stupid piece of junk. Here's your little toy. Stop complaining. Then finally he goes, he gets on his cow. And he's walking through the desert, and there's Qui-Gon. And he's like, hey, I've 6 episodes in, and I've been asking for your help this entire time. And now you finally show up? And they go, I was waiting here your entire time, Qui-Gon. And he says, you know what, screw you, pal. And he drives, and that's the end of the series. So listen, I thought it was a great show. Now, do you want to hear the Davy Mack mind-blowing theory?
Yeah, you were telling me about this yesterday. I want to hear what your theory is.
Ready?
Let's lay it on.
Ready for the Obi-Wan Kenobi? Well, actually, I want to do the Yaddle chat. I want to do the cage match first.
The cage match first? Okay.
Because I think I want to end with the Yaddle Chattle, the Darth David, Obi-Wan Kenobi, gigantic, mind-blowing theory.
Well,
which will blow everyone's minds.
Since Father's Day was this past Sunday, let's do a Battle of the Fathers with Bail Organa versus Owen Lars.
Ooh, I like this. And let's call them stepfathers.
Stepfathers.
Okay.
Surrogate fathers.
Yeah, surrogate dads. Boy, I love Jimmy Smits going all the way back to L.A. Law. I love him. Bail Organa, such a good lawyer and a good police officer. Bail was one hell of a cop in NYPD Blue as well.
He played the bad guy in Dexter season 3.
See, there you go. But I just told you about how much I'm loving Owen these days. Owen Lars, Uncle Owen, and he gets his hands dirty. Let's be honest. Owen Lars seems like a scrapper. I like Bail Organa, very good-hearted man, but seems like a gentleman. Seems very polite. Owen Lars gets him in the dirt, slam his head into a pipe or something a couple times. Get something, piece of rope, probably choke him out. I mean, I'm getting a little graphic here. So let's just go with, who's your prediction?
I'm going with Bail Organa.
Bail Organa?
Yeah.
To beat Owen?
Yeah.
Why? How?
I think that considering he's royalty, and he has to probably command an army, he probably has a lot of military and hand-to-hand combat experience, but
That's a total guess. Owen Lars is literally wrestling sand people every day of his life. I mean, Bail Organa's got a bunch of droids who are butlers for him, for crying out loud.
I think Aunt Beru is a bit more tougher than Uncle Owen, though.
Oh! All right, so we're just going to have to agree to disagree on this one.
That's fine.
But final word is Uncle Owen would defeat Bail Organa. Give me 12. Minus 45,000 for Jared.
All right,
That was a big hit there.
Let's finish with this big Eastside Dave, Darth Vader.
We have 6 parts of this Obi-Wan Kenobi series, don't we?
We do.
How many? And what character was in all 6 OT films and all 6 prequel films? What character? What character?
Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Obi-Wan Kenobi.
C-3PO.
And if you please don't get silly. If you wanna have a little fun, you could say Anakin and Darth Vader.
Okay, that too.
Point being, Obi-Wan and Vader are special because they are in every single one of the George Lucas Star Wars.
Yes.
And you know what we just got? A love letter to George Lucas Star Wars with the following. We just had a 6-part Obi-Wan Kenobi series.
Okay.
And my mind-blowing theory is every part equals up and parallels the episode that they have. Oh, yeah, huh? Now you're getting interested. Now you finally see it.
Okay.
So here we go. Episode 1, Phantom Menace. You have Anakin. Little kid, right?
Yeah.
Little kid, Anakin.
Yeah.
You know, walking around. I'm a little kid. I'm a little Anakin.
Okay.
What was the big surprise? One of the biggest surprises. In fact, maybe I will say the biggest surprise of Obi-Wan Kenobi. We got a little
Luke. And Leia?
Leia. We got a little Leia. Episode 1.
Okay.
Obi-Wan Kenobi had to shepherd around this little tiny kid in episode 1 in The Phantom Menace. Now he's got this new thing. Oh, and by the way, was Bail Organa in episode 1? Yes, he was. Is he in part 1? Yes, he is. I can see you rubbing. I can see your brow is fur on.
Was he really in The Phantom Menace?
Maybe not. We're moving on. Episode 2. Part 2. In episode 2, or in part 2 of Obi-Wan Kenobi, we see an old clone.
Yes. I see what you're doing.
Attack of the Clones!
Yes.
The first time we see the clones was in episode 2, Attack of the Clones. Here's part 2 of Obi-Wan Kenobi, and we see an out of it clone who's got nowhere to go, nowhere to do, nothing to do. Furthermore, I'll even say that in episode 2, Attack of the Clones, where they were chasing that bounty hunter, changeling, I suppose that was Coruscant. It was a very similar kind of chase that Obi-Wan Kenobi was doing when he was kind of chasing Leia through this city.
Yeah.
Over here. And that was all on episode 2.
Okay.
Boom!
Well, I could see where you're going with episode 3.
Episode 3! Who had a confrontation on Mustafar in episode 3?
Obi-Wan and Anakin.
Yeah. Obi-Wan and Anakin. And in part 3, who has their first darn confrontation?
Obi-Wan and Darth Vader.
Boom! Furthermore,
What
happens with the burning and the lava? Does Darth Vader almost get burned alive in episode 3?
Yes.
And what happens to Obi-Wan Kenobi in part 3 of Obi-Wan, the series?
He gets burned.
Boom!
So it's like it's literally Revenge of the Sith.
You got it, Daddy-O! Episode 3 and part 3. They equate, just like episode 2 and part 2, episode 1 and part 1, and we ain't done, Jack.
All right.
Let's go to part 4.
Okay. I see where you're going. So
Who has to find... Where's Princess Leia? Like, not at the very beginning, but middle through the movie. Where's Princess Leia? Where is she?
She's on the Death Star.
She's in what? In what?
In a jail.
In a prison cell.
Prison cell, being interrogated.
Yeah. And it's kind of amazing because it's like a bunch of guys have to go to this Imperial base
and rescue her
in her prison cell. In fact, one of those guys is Obi-Wan Kenobi. Let's see. That's in episode 4 of Star Wars. Now let me ask you a question. Part 4 of Obi-Wan Kenobi the series. Where's Princess Leia?
She's in a prison, in a jail.
In an Imperial base?
Yeah.
And who has and where's Obi-Wan? What's he doing?
Well, he's her only hope.
He's gonna rescue Princess Leia from the prison cell in an Imperial base. It's the same scenario. Episode 4, Part 4, Obi-Wan, Leia, prison cell. Boom, 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 boom. Now, we talked about this. Let's go to the next one.
Okay.
Part 5, Episode 5. And we did this on the show last week. I'll do it quickly. Let's see. Episode 5. So, Darth Vader, at some point, he's finding some sort of a rebel base, is he not?
Yeah, like...
And he walks through it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then the next thing you know, he sees a ship take off. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see. Okay. It's interesting. And then what happens in part 5 of Obi-Wan when those people are trying to leave? Where is Darth Vader during that scene where those people are trying to take off from what looks to be like a bit of a base, a hidden base?
Well, he was trying to stop them
Yeah. Walking through the base quickly. And then as the ship is taking off, there he is. And by God, seriously, Hoth and that planet, you just take off the snow? That planet's terrain would be exactly like Hoth.
Okay. Could we also add...
Boom!
Could I add on how...
Please do.
Reva has kind of like, similar to Luke in that little cave, has that conflict of
yes, sir.
Light and dark. And
go for it.
Takes on Darth Vader and gets her ass kicked.
I love it.
Left for dead, just like Luke.
Please.
So, I definitely agree. So, how do we finish?
Finally, part 6.
Okay.
The good guys win, don't they?
I guess, yeah.
Boom! Rest my case. That last one wasn't so good, was it? But I haven't finished.
Okay.
In the original trilogy, I'd been hearing about Mr. Palpatine for a long time. And then finally we got to see Palpatine in Return of the Jedi.
Yeah.
And we got to see Palpatine talking to the Darth Vader. Who do we see at the end of part 6 of Obi-Wan Kenobi series talking to Darth Vader? Who do we see? Come on, Jedi Sharon. Tell Darth David who we see, baby.
Palpatine?
Palpatine! Bam!
And then doesn't Return of the Jedi end with a bunch of Force ghosts?
Force ghosts! I am the monarch of the sea. I am the ruler of the That's sometimes when I get happy, I sing the song that Sala sings in Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Yeah.
When he's able to get Marion and Indy onto a ship
yeah.
and they're all happy.
Yeah,
I am the monarch of the sea.
It's from a musical.
Well, whatever it is.
It's the HMS.
I don't know the musical, but I know Sala and I know Raiders, and that's why I was just happy there. But think about it. Even think about this. I'll stop playing around because something just popped into my head. Palpatine, finds out that Vader is like obsessed with Obi-Wan Kenobi, right? And so what does he say to him? I wonder if your feelings on this matter are clear, Lord Vader. What does he say to to Darth Vader in Return of the Jedi? Episode 6, when he's talking about when Vader says, my son is down there on Endor with the base. What does the Emperor say? I wonder if your thoughts on this matter are clear, Darth Vader. He says the same thing.
Yeah,
Every part of this show mirrored their movie counterpart.
Yeah.
Episode 1 is part 1. Part 2 is a microcosm of episode 2. Part 3 is a microcosm of episode 3. Part 4 is a microcosm and parallels episode. Part 5 in episode 5. Part 6 in episode 6. The Obi-Wan Kenobi series is like an alternate universe or expanded or a parallel universe version of the prequel and original trilogy, the 6 George Lucas Star Wars movies. We have now just gotten in a parallel universe with the Obi-Wan series. That's the Davy Mac, Darth David, mind-blowing Yaddle Chattle Star Wars theory of all time.
But it is.
I'm closing my book.
It's an incredible theory, and a wise man once said, "History doesn't repeat itself, but it rhymes." So, your theory fits in perfectly.
Perfectly. You heard what the Jedi Jared said, didn't you?
Because it's supposed to be one continuous cycle over and over again.
I want credit, though, for what I just came up with. That was a theory of theories.
That was an incredible theory. That was a great theory.
How many points does that theory get? I mean, it's like...
Let's go triple digits. Let's say 150 points.
150 points. I'll take that.
But you should, as always, if you have any questions, comments, theories of your own, you can email them.
Who are you talking to, me?
I'm talking to our listeners.
Oh, okay. I was like, why am I going to email you?
You can email us.
That was very confusing for a second. I didn't even hit the Yoda theme. I got to hit the Yoda theme before you start doing the plugs. All of a sudden, you just started talking. I thought you were talking to me. I'm like, but if you have a question, you can email me. I'm like, why would I do that? You're sitting right here.
Well, that was the point.
What the hell is the point of that?
That was the point, was to get you to start playing the Yoda music.
So, all right, what is it? It's yaddlechattle
at gmail.com.
Yaddlechattle@gmail.com is the email. If you have anything you would like to discuss, artwork, if you send some Yaddle Chattle artwork, I'll post
share
it.
We'll share it.
I'll share the heck out of it. Trust me.
Also, you can find us on YouTube. Like and subscribe. Eastside Dave TV. We are on where all podcasts are available. Under the Watchers /Yaddle Chattle feed. And
that's it.
That's it.
That's it. All right. Well, so all in all, would you give Obi-Wan Kenobi a thumbs up or a thumbs down?
I'd give it 9 thumbs up.
two 9 thumbs up.
Yeah, 2 9 thumbs up.
Myself as well. In fact, I think this is one of the best Star Wars things I've seen maybe since 1983, maybe since Return of the Jedi. It was that fantastic.
It was everything that makes Star Wars great.
And if you didn't like it, maybe it's time to turn in your Star Wars fandom card.
Maybe.
And go watch Star Trek or something else.
Go take a break and then come back in 3 to 6 months with a fresh pair of eyes.
There you go. We'll be back. We'll be back next week. We're going to have to start looking ahead to other stuff. Andor. And discuss all of the different Star Wars news. So many things going on in the Star Wars newsland. So check us out. And good night, everybody!
Goodbye, everyone.